favourite missing from Moomba celebrations today, the extreme heat forcing the cancellation of the beloved parade. But organisers say the decision was the right call, with the temperature uncomfortably warm by mid-morning. Reid Butler was there.
Forget colour, pomp and ceremony. Today it was a parade of a different kind on Linlithgow Avenue.
It's not the Moomba we had anticipated.
These Moomba monarchs' reign will forever be defined by the call from organisers to axe the parade for the first time in the festival's 70-year history.
It's Moomba Day in Melbourne, Australia, with just about the whole city crowding the streets to watch.
But with a temperature at 30 degrees by mid-morning, the decision to pull the pin was proving a smart one.
It is boiling hot already, and knowing that we would have been marshalling so many of the 1,800 performers in their elaborate costumes, we've definitely made the right call today.
We're probably two of the fairer-skinned Moomba monarchs over the years, so I'm not sure if that played a part in the end.
This year, the monarch's duties limited to dancing and selfies. But that was just fine, according to fans.
It is very different, but definitely surprising. Actually seeing children interact with the shows and the rides and the music and the food has been lovely.
The heat, though, did mean attractions weren't as busy as they might have been.
It's the last day of the Moomba Festival.
We're like burning ourselves. We're like, oh my God, it's unbelievably, hot.
But crowds from all over Melbourne still showed up in their tens of thousands. Moomba may have been without its famous parade, but there is one 70-year-old tradition that has endured, and that is family fun. Certainly not missing from this year's festival. The good news is the festival's fireworks display will happen tonight. So rest assured, this historic Moomba will still be going out with a bang. Reid Butler, 9 News.
And Lavinia joins us now from Moomba with a wrap-up on our long, hot weekend, and the heat has been relentless, Lavinia.
Alicia, it certainly hasn't been a long weekend to chill out. The city peaked at 35.1 this afternoon, but it's still sitting on 34.6. And it should be around 30 degrees for the fireworks at 9 p.m. It's been an extraordinary 3 days. Saturday's top of 37.6 was hotter than any day during summer. In fact, the hottest since February last year. Sunday's 36.9 was the third hottest day this year. And yesterday morning, the city recorded its highest March minimum since records began back in 1855, only dropping to 27.1. But help is on the way. A low-pressure trough is slowly moving across the state, bringing cooler southerly breezes. Port Fairy was the hot spot today with a top of 40, but it was back to 28 at 4:30 this afternoon. I'll let you know what time we can expect that change here in the city a little later in the bulletin, Tom.
Looking forward to it, Lavinia. Thank you.
Storage King has hassle-free storage.
You all good? Yeah.
It's time we stopped normalizing the suntan.
A 9-year-old boy is in hospital tonight after he was pulled from a swimming pool in the northwestern suburbs. Rochelle Brown is at the Royal Children's Hospital, and Rochelle, he was unresponsive when he came out of the water.
Mitch, paramedics were called to the Waves Leisure Centre at Melton this afternoon, where they worked on a 9-year-old boy after he got into trouble in the water. Now, he was transported to the Royal Children's Hospital in a serious condition, where he does remain tonight, but the hospital has just confirmed he is now stable. A 9-year-old boy in a serious condition after a near drowning in Melbourne's west, as Victoria's record-breaking heatwave rolled into a third day.
And that's involved 3 consecutive days of the maximum temperatures being 10 to 15 degrees above the March average.
38 degrees in Melbourne on Saturday, 37 on Sunday, and hovering in the mid-30s today, the hottest 3 days in a row since the start of summer.
We've got all the fans on, the air conditioning's running at full peak, but I can tell you it's not really making much difference.
The heat is what brings people out, and that to us is what we need.
Families hit the water to keep cool in backyards and on the south coast, with hundreds of drivers facing a slow crawl home. Relief is on the way. Conditions are expected to ease from tomorrow morning, but the Bureau is warning there's another uncomfortable hot night ahead.
And it's being driven by this blocking high pressure system sitting in the Tasman Sea, and it's directing a really persistent hot northerly wind across southeastern Australia.
High temperatures saw the Moomba Parade cancelled for the first time in history.
Standing here in the heat at about 10:30, we're already at 30 degrees. I know that we've made the right call.
But the Monarchs still had their moment in the sun.
We're probably two of the fairest skinned Moomba Monarchs over the years, so I'm not sure if that played a part in the end. Obviously, the extreme heat has rained on our parade, I guess. But it's amazing that so many people have still come down.
A handful of families braved the heat for a much smaller performance. I love you. 600,000 attended the first 4 days of the festival, around 200,000 less than the same time last year. The parade won't be rescheduled, but the Monarchs may be invited back next year. Rochelle Brown, 7 News.